welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. For those of you who are new here, hello, welcome. My name is Chloe Janelle and today I have for you all an Opoly Valentine's haul. Now, I know this year is a little bit different in terms of how people are celebrating because of the current climate we're in. However, from what I hear, people are still celebrating. So whether it's Valentine's or Galentines, you know I had to come through for you. So I had a little browse on the Opoly website and found quite a few items. I tried to stay on theme. So we've got a lot of reds in there, a lot of prints, a lot of romantic prints, including this one, which I'm really excited to show you. But before we get into that, please do follow me on my Instagram. It is Chloe Janelle X, and that is where I will be featuring and styling a lot of the items I pick up on a regular basis, so do not miss out on that. I mean, you could probably see them in the background, literally ready and waiting to go. So without further ado, let's get straight into the Opoly Valentine's haul. Now first up we have this printed mini dress that I was actually wearing in the intro, and the primary reason I wanted to pick this up is because of the material, the print. I just think it's so stunning, as well as for Valentine's Day. Can you just imagine this on holiday or in the sun in summer? I think it's just such a warm look. I mean, we've got loads of different warm colours in there, so I think we've got red, we've got pink, we've got orange, we've got a bit of purple, and of course we've got white as well. And I think those merged together almost give a tie-dye effect without it actually being tie-dye. It almost looks very abstract, and I think it just works. Whatever it is, it just works. Another thing I love about this dress, which I didn't actually realise until it arrived, so I'll pan in a little closer just so you can get a better look, but it has a lot of gathered material which gives this ruching effect. Now you guys know I love ruching, and it's all down the sides, all down the arms, and there's something about ruching that just comes across very romantic for me. I think I actually mentioned in a previous haul, when my top half is covered up, I quite like having my legs out, and then vice versa. So this is actually the perfect situation for me. I actually don't mind that it's mini. Because it does have all that ruching in the body, however, if you wanted to, there is room to kind of pull it down a little bit. I just have a feeling when you do walk, it will rise back up. I don't mind, but just bear that in mind because I'm 5'7½", so obviously if you're a little bit shorter than me, it's going to come up longer, and then if you're a bit taller than me, it will come out shorter. I think because of the colours and the ruching and the fact it is mini, I think this is a perfect fit for Valentine's Day. Next we have this absolutely gorgeous midi dress. Now listen, I'm going to be standing like this, cross-legged, for the entirety of this try on because I physically cannot move. The dress is so tight. The reason I picked this up, however, is because it is red, which is definitely on theme for Valentine's Day, but also it's in this gorgeous ruching throughout. Now I have so many midi dresses, but I think they're all very plain and they literally just sit on your body, whereas I think having the ruching there, again, just adds that added texture, and I think it just makes it seem a lot more dressy. Now in contrast to the dress that I just showed you, this one is a midi length, so it falls right down to mid-calf kind of area, and the top half is out. So we have this square neckline, which I don't typically usually love, but I think in this case it kind of looks like a bandeau or a strapless dress kind of vibe. And then we have these strappy spaghetti straps, which again I don't usually love. I think sometimes it looks a little bit cheap, but I think here it's just done so subtly you don't even notice it. Also, these are really stretchy, so they're not tight or irritating, or they won't dent into your skin at all. I just think it's an absolutely gorgeous dress, Valentine's or not. I'd probably wear it to a dinner or something, because the funny thing is there's a lot of material, there's a lot of fabric and give in the body of the dress, which leaves enough room for a food baby. However, I just physically cannot walk in it. There's no slit at the back of the dress or on the side, which just makes it incredibly difficult to walk. So it probably would work if you're going for a sit down meal or you're going directly to the bar and then back to the car again. I just don't see how you'd be able to dance in this. I guess some things are for aesthetics alone, and for purely aesthetics, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Practically, I mean, considering the fact I can't walk in it, I'd probably give it a 6. have another printed mini dress, but let me just start off by saying, of all the dresses I've tried on already, so the long red dress and the first printed midi dress, this one is by far the most comfortable, and I think it's probably because there's literally no restrictions up top or down below. For this dress, obviously we have the strappy straps similar to the previous one we just had. Just like that dress, it is really super stretchy. It doesn't dig into me unless I snap it like that, which was really not smart. This one is a printed number, and it actually came in the same colourway that I showed you earlier. So this one here. So this one has some baby pinks, some blues, some greens, some purples, a little bit of grey. No, I've just made that up. There's no grey, it's just giving me grey vibes. But in essence, I usually wouldn't pick up this kind of colourway just because I prefer a warmer palette, especially on my skin tone. I don't necessarily think this colour suits my complexion, and I think it would work really nice on someone quite pale. But let me know what you think. Do you prefer this on me or the other colourway? And just as standard, this one does have ruching throughout, just like the other one actually. And I'm starting to think ruching is Opoly's USP because it's literally on all of their dresses. Not that I'm mad at it because I love a bit of ruching. Next we have a blazer dress. Listen, you knew it was coming. You know the saying goes, it's not over until the fat lady sings? Well, I feel like my hauls aren't complete unless and until I feature a blazer dress. So you know I had to. Of course, like any other blazer dress, it has that V-neck neckline, which is super feminine. I think that's just typical of any blazer. And then it comes together at the waist. You tie yourself in with these really thin straps. I'm not the biggest fan of actually, because I think they could have tried a little bit harder here and maybe had a thicker one to match the lapels and the material of the actual blazer dress itself. And then it falls down into this little skirt, which I think is really cute. And I think having it cinched in at the waist a little bit helps to just kick out the skirt a little bit more. Needless to say, like all the other dresses I featured, it has this beautiful ruching, this time down the sleeve, which again I think is super romantic and makes a change from a really boxy standard blazer. And then to just finish that off, there are these little laces at the end of the sleeves which you can tie into a bow, and I suppose because it is in the same material as this waistband, it kind of just brings it all together, doesn't it? And lastly, I think this is the perfect brunch outfit, maybe with a pair of nude strappy sandals and a little bag, you're good to go. Next we have this red mini dress, and I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I absolutely hate it. It just drowns my figure out. So I'm going to walk you through what works and what doesn't work and why. If we start with the top, we have this sweetheart / milkmaid neckline, which typically I think is so romantic, looks super feminine, definitely on trend for Valentine's Day. The sweetheart neckline is fine, but the cups of the boobs don't necessarily sit correctly. Here is like midway through my boobs, so it's just not proportionate. And then the milkmaid shoulders, which typically I think works, they're very exaggerated and poofy, and that falls into the arms with these balloon sleeves. Now I just think this is far too exaggerated because look at this, look at all this excess material. It just doesn't finish very well. I don't think that works at all. And then back to the body of it, you have this corset region, which isn't doing what a corset should do. So it doesn't pull you in or cinch you in at all, and you've got quite a lot of material and gape in there, but because it's so structured, there's literally nothing you can do about it. I do love, however, this silver hardware down the middle, which are these little silver hooks, which you can't actually do up. They're purely for aesthetics, but I think they're just a nice added detail. And then it falls into the bottom half of the dress, which is this little mini bodycon, which isn't doing what a bodycon should do. There's quite a lot of fabric, excess fabric all around. It's not figure hugging enough, which is really weird because I'm pretty sure I bought all of these dresses in the same sizes. You know, second thoughts, I think this dress could work on someone who was a little bit fuller, maybe a bit bustier and curvier, because inevitably they fill out the dress a little bit more, but for me, it just doesn't work. have another printed dress. I absolutely love this one. Guys, sorry about this lighting situation. I just don't know what to do because I'm filming in the daytime. There's only so much I can do. So yeah. Again, similar to the previous ones, this one has a lot of material and gathering to form this ruching effect, which I'm not mad at. It falls down to midi length with an ever so slight asymmetry in that one side falls right down to the midi length and the other side is slightly higher. Again, there is no slit, which leaves no grace for when you're trying to walk and is a little bit annoying. This dress has really thin straps, which is similar to the previous ones I showed you. However, if you remember, the other ones were more elasticated. They had a lot of stretch and give, whereas these ones are in a lace material, which is fine though because there is a lot of lace and you just literally adjust it to your body. You absolutely cannot wear a bra with this. It isn't backless, but because it's just purely the lace to tie yourself in, a bra would just be on show. I don't know if there's a bra that exists that wouldn't. Something I forgot to mention with the others actually, these dresses are lined, which is lovely, so none of your bits are on show. Essentially, I think this would be the perfect dress for Valentines, for birthdays, for weddings even, or on holiday. I think it would be absolutely stunning. Here we have a brown mini dress, and here's the thing, I wasn't going to feature it just because it's not very Valentine's, is it? But then I thought for those of you who are looking for a random mini dress to add to your wardrobe, I'll just throw it in there. It is quite a basic dress, so I can keep it super brief. It's this brown mini dress, and when I say mini, I mean mini. It's so short and it actually makes me a little bit scared that when I walk it's going to ride up, but it looks cute. It has this rounded neckline, but it's so high you almost don't notice, and I must admit it was really difficult to get on, which is a bit annoying, but once it's on you don't even realise. And then it has these bits of material and threads going right the way down the dress in these curved shapes, which I think is really nice because it's quite unique. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. And it actually goes right the way around the dress as well because I can actually feel it behind me. One of my favourite parts of the dress, however, are the sleeves. Again, you've got that material sticking out, going right the way down, these lovely long sleeves. I love a long sleeve. I think they're super on trend as well at the moment. And then this triangular cutout, which I think is super cute. Like I said, it isn't very Valentine's, but if you're looking for a random dress to add to your wardrobe, this might be the one. Guys, I would say this is the wild card of the video, and it's this red mini dress, super tight, giving me all the corset vibes. I would actually say this is doing what that milkmaid dress should have done. Like, it literally cinches me all the way in. Now this one is super fitted, and up top it has this boob tube kind of style but with a little twist because it has this curved hem which forms these little pointy parts, and then these pointy parts have boning behind them, so the boning goes right the way down. Oh no, the boning stops right here at your waist, which is nice actually and quite comfortable, especially for your lower half. And then just like the other dresses, there is a lot of gathering again, which I think is super romantic. I don't know why it just reminds me of like old traditional curtains, but it does. Again, this one is super mini, but I'm not actually conscious that it's going to ride up when I'm walking. I don't know if it's because of all the boning, I just think it's going to keep its structure. To get this on, however, was an absolute nightmare. Like, you literally have to zip yourself in at the back, and oh my gosh, like with every zip it was like shh, zip, shh. I did it all on my own, so it isn't impossible for you to, but it's just a bit of work. I mean, I don't know, I think I'd probably wear this dress if I was 18 again. I'm not too sure about it on me. I think it would actually work if it was midi length, so right the way down to your calves or shin region. I think would look super sophisticated. I'm just not sure about this length. Like I said before, I don't do too well when I've got my top half and my bottom half out, so I don't know, but let me know what you think. That is going to go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you so much for watching as always. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and listen, I know everyone's going to be celebrating in various ways. You might choose not to get dressed up, but whatever you do plan on doing, make the most of it. So whether that's a Pampers day, or whether that's a dress up day, or a loungewear, a Netflix day, enjoy yourselves. As always, let me know in the comments below what your faves were. I think if I had to choose, it would just be this print. I'm absolutely in love with it. I did like the strappier version and the midi version, however, I couldn't walk in it. But this print is just stunning, and yeah, it probably is my favourite. Now, I'm probably not going to see you until after Valentine's Day, so happy 14th of February, whatever you plan on doing, and I hope you have the most gorgeous day. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye!